Thank you, PS Biako. Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Prime Cabinet Secretary, Dr. Musalia Mudavadi, the families and friends of our fallen heroes, my PS colleague, once again, Salome Biako, the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Kanja, DIG, Mr. Masengeli, DCI, Mr. Amin, the Secretary, Administration and Accounting Officer, the National Police Service, Madam Banis, all the other senior officers from various services, including the Kenya Prison Service, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon once again. Your Excellency, today is another solemn occasion that we gather here for the 6th year in a row to honor our sons and daughters who've given selfless service to this country, just to keep our country safe. And as we were standing outside there laying flowers, I was really touched when the young girls and boys who've lost their parents also joined us in laying the wreath at the monument. And just like one of the speakers said, maybe to a number of them, they probably haven't internalized the gravity of what we are doing today. But it's actually a permanent mark in their lives that their lives will never be the same again. They've lost such an important part of their lives and livelihood. And even to the rest of the family members, the spouses, the parents, as a nation, we owe them a big sense of gratitude for having given these officers to us. And going through the circumstances that some of these officers have had to lose their lives, I think for me it calls on all of us as a country to start to ask ourselves what we need to do to actually honor them in the way that befits the sacrifices that they've made. When we lose officers trying to protect our girls from some of the cultural practices that we all have accepted that we cannot continue to live with. When we lose our officers in the front line fighting with bandits or helping us to deal with terrorism, and even in certain instances, when we lose officers whose only responsibility is to ensure that our sons and daughters do exams in a conducive environment, and then we have characters within us who take it upon themselves to take away their lives. I think we need to really call on all of us as a country and ask, where is our nationhood? Where is our patriotism? And many a times, as a country, we easily blame the police officers, our prison officers, as they try to do their work, and they do it diligently. We rarely stop to ask what our contributions are in keeping this country safe and also in advancing some of the things that we hold dear as a country. And therefore, as a PS within the ministry that is responsible for keeping the country safe, that is responsible for making sure that we do the best. His Excellency the President made certain commitments, and we are following through on those commitments. There were a number of recommendations, and part of those recommendations from the task force that was chaired by the retired Chief Justice Maraga included how to look after our fallen heroes. As we speak today, we are in an advanced stage of working on the Veterans Bill, and we have no doubt by the beginning of next year it will see the light of the day when we take it to Parliament, so that the families of these gallant officers live in dignity, and also we have a much more predictable way of looking after our officers. I've also listened to what the representatives of the families have spoken to, the need for us to have a way of engaging and counseling them, amongst other support that we need to give to them, and working closely with you, Your Excellency, together with the Inspector General of Police and my colleague, PS for Correctional Services. We will ensure that we give them the support and the dignity that is befitting of the families. Your Excellency, without taking a lot of time, is to also appreciate the honor that you've given us, despite your very busy schedule, to come and preside over this important event. With those many remarks, may I ask that we all be upstanding as I invite Your Excellency to address us. Thank you.